Hello everybody, it's April and welcome to the ranch. I am the Wolf Ranch Girl, and today's video I am just showing you what I did after I got out of school today for the summer. So I had to work today, close up my room, give semester exams and do all that fun stuff, and then got out of school at 1 o'clock and then came home and measured my pool, checked the chlorine, and then this is what I did. Hey babe. What are we doing today?
Making jam.
What kind of jam?
Strawberry.
And what day is today?
Well, it's Thursday. It's the first day of April. April's the last day of school, so she doesn't have to work for the rest of the summer.
That's right. Okay, so I was going to make my own sourdough starter because I'm starting summer, but one of the teachers at my school was sharing some of hers that she has had going for the last almost 3 years. So I took some and I'm just going to go ahead and go on with this, see how it goes. All right, so the instructions say to add a half a cup of starter, a half a cup of water, and 1 cup of flour. So I don't really think that that is a half a cup. I think it's more of a 1/4 of a cup. So I'm gonna do half of that. All right, so I have half a cup of filtered water that I warmed up just a little bit so that it's not cold. And then I just got einkorn flour from Jovial. And einkorn flour is an ancient grain that has not been it has not been hybridized. It has low gluten, so there's been nothing done to it. So I really want to continue this starter with the einkorn. And the person that I got the starter from said that that should be fine. There shouldn't be any issues doing that. So I need to get a large container. So I'm just gonna do a half, I did a 1/4 of a cup of the water to a 1/4 of a cup of the starter. And then I'm gonna add the half cup of einkorn flour. Okay, so since I was given the starter that is already fermented, then all I should have to do is to propagate it is to just keep feeding it. So I'm excited about this. I've never done a starter, a fermented really anything, and the older that I get, the more I feel like I have digestive issues. So I really want to start introducing fermented foods. And if you guys saw on Mother's Day, what I wanted to do was to make bread from scratch, and I did. So now I want to make my own sourdough bread from scratch. And this is the first step to doing that. So very exciting. So we also just got a case of fresh strawberries, and we hold them all and rinse them in water and vinegar. And so I've got these 2 trays. I'm sorry, I'm going very fast. I have these 2 trays sitting on towels and then with paper towels over them because I want them to dry so that the berries don't get mushy. And I'm just going to put these in the refrigerator for us to munch on for the week. And then I have 8 cups here and 6 cups of flour and 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, and we're going to make strawberry jam. All right, so I've got the 8 cups of strawberries in here, the 5 to 6 cups of natural unbleached sugar, and then 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then I'm just going to start stirring this and mashing it with my potato masher here. And this recipe, this is all that goes into this recipe, and it will thicken itself. So we're not using Sourdough or anything like that. Okay, so they've been cooking for a little bit, and I have squished them as much as I can with my little potato masher. So now I'm just going through and breaking it up with this immersion blender, which is amazing. Alright, so it's been boiling, and what we're going to do now is, I've already done it, but I figured that I probably should show you guys. So we have to do a gel test. So we need to find out if the sugars and the pectin have developed enough to make a gel. So to do that, you're just going to take a plate and put a little bit of jelly on there. And it works faster if it's a very cold plate, which this isn't super cold. But anyway, if you can run your finger through it and it doesn't go back together, then it's gelled enough. Alright, so that is all of the strawberries, and it made a lot more than we thought that it was going to make. So one thing I didn't show was there will be foam on top, and you need to, with a shallow spoon, get as much of the foam off as you can. It just doesn't can well. It looks like bubbles. We have about a cup that did not fit in a jar, so we're just gonna cover this and put it in the refrigerator, eat this. And then Mark prepared the jars and wiped the rims clean with vinegar, and then put the lids on them and is putting the rings on. How kind of tight, babe?
Barely.
Just finger tight.
Barely on there.
And then they are going to go into a water bath for 10 minutes. So you put them into the water bath canner when the water's hot, and it needs to be at least 2 inches over the lids. And then you do not start the 10 minutes until there's a rolling boil. So this is going to be enough strawberry jelly for us for a year, for sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 like regular jelly jars and then 1 tall jelly jar. And I think that we still have 1 or 2 of these from last year, right?
I don't know. I have to look.
So very exciting. I don't have to buy jelly. And if we make more of this, it was super easy. If we make more of these, then I can give them as gifts at Christmas time. So that's awesome. These are the tops of the strawberries, and there's still quite a bit of fruit on there. So I'm going to put these into a plastic bag right here, and I'm going to put them into the freezer, and then I will have them for the chickens as a nice cold snack on our next hot day. 10 jars of jam getting ready to start boiling. And then over here is what was left from the flat of strawberries. So here is the jam that we had left over. I just washed my hands, but yes, I'm gonna eat this. Oh my God, it is so good. So this would not fit into a jar to be canned, so I'm just putting it in this container, and it's gonna go right in our fridge. And after hulling the strawberries, we just, we didn't let them soak, but we poured them in water with a splash of vinegar to clean them off, and then we put them on these lined trays to dry. And then I have just put them in 3-quart jars. So we will have these for the week to snack on or add to, whatever. And then I still had yet more. So I just put them into a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to put these into the freezer so that we will have them for smoothies.